Ramadan Kareem to our Muslim brethren, wishing you Allah's blessings throughout the fast on drug and substance abuse. Drug abuse, including drug addiction and trafficking, has
devotion.
With a spiritual package and a turning point for mankind who is expected to maximize the enormous bounties, mercy and favors of Allah.
And it helps those are in addiction to overcome addiction. Those are in drugs, those are taking smoking. All this one, Ramadan can help. It helps to sharpen somebody's character by being patient. It has also benefit of making somebody to be organized.
Leaders of faith say the holy month of Ramadan also guarantees spiritual elevation in status and an ideal social security of love, true brotherhood, and unity of purpose, which reflect the true teachings of the Islamic religion, with much encouragement for charity and increased acts of worship. Nigerian Muslims will be observing this year's Ramadan with high expectations for improved social, economic, and security well-being, considering the present circumstances in the country, as well as better governance. However, clerics say this Ramadan should provide an opportunity for intense prayer for country and individual leaders in Abuja.
now the House of Representatives has promised to put finishing touches and tie up loose ends in the four tax reform bills before Parliament, based on the submissions on inputs of Nigerians. Chairman House Committee on Finance James Faleke gave this pledge at the close of a three-day public hearing on the proposed bills. National Assembly correspondent Mitari Event tells us more.
More individuals and groups appear before Parliament to dissect the tax reform bills as they affect or assuage their interests. The volatility of foreign exchange rate is the concern of licensed forex operators who appeal for tax exemption, among other propositions.
Most of the transactions done by the Bureau de Change will eventually be transferred to the end users. It will worsen the inflation as we depend highly on importations.
The tax ombudsman have jurisdiction nationwide, even on matters of fiscal policy. This is unconstitutional.
NIPC as the processing agency of the incentives should be empowered under this act to make recommendations to the president for amendment of the list.
Most taxpayers, sometimes we are able to track them. So we are asking that Section 85 of the current Personal Income Tax Act should be retained in the Nigerian tax bill.
The tendency of business enterprises in free trade zones to abuse tax exemption was also highlighted with advocacy for stronger regulations.
We have even seen worse cases of some free zone enterprises that want to import luxury vehicles, armored cars, yachts, some of them aircrafts.
Parliament received accolades for engaging Nigerians in the consideration of the tax bills, which many believe seek to advance national economic fortunes.
Nigerians expect that arising from this bill will be a regime that will recognize their sacrifices. They will also see the result of their sacrifices.
There is no law that is, no bill that is perfect. That is why it comes to us as a proposal. And when it comes as a proposal, we present it to the public. We've done that now. Public have responded to us. We will now look at every detail. When we finish and we lay a report and it is discussed on the floor or debated and passed, we will compare with what the Senate passed. Any areas of differences we will harmonize.
It's been 3 days of robust engagement between Nigerians and the People's House on the 4 tax reform bills for consideration. And while the ball is now in the court of lawmakers to dot the I's and cross the T's, Nigerians expect that what is eventually presented for passage will be in the best interest of tax administration in the country. From the National Assembly, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
Well, from the National Assembly to women issue, in its quest to relieve vulnerable Nigerians, especially the women folk, of the economic challenges in the country, Federal Ministry of Women Affairs has empowered
Ahmed Tinubu.
This is a renewed hope mission. While our policies are beginning to yield tangible results, it's important that we reach out to the grassroots so that they know that we're with them.
Emir of Kefi, Sheikh Chindoya Musa III, acknowledged the efforts of the ministry in extending hands of support to women in Nasarawa State. The monarch advises wealthy individuals and couples
what are the next thing that least you do at the end of the day. When you push at the end of the day, you know, see, you look for what will make you feel that day, at least that mindset to be just dry away from you. Then you begin to find yourself in all sorts kind of things.
When I was at the rehabilitation home, the consultant psychiatrist asked me, why did I stop taking all these things? I just told him that I started as a teenager, so I'm just tired, so I left it. So he said, okay, there is this issue. I was not supposed to leave it just like that. I was supposed to, like if I was taking a card, I will come back to half. After taking half, I'll come back to maybe 3 pills. After taking 3 pills, maybe I'll go back to 1 pill. So that's how I'm supposed to leave it gradually. But maybe because of the way I just left it one time, that was what affected me. Because I had these issues of insomnia, lack of sleep, since I stopped it. And you know, taking all this high, it has effect. The situation whereby I was in the rehabilitation home, you need to see like a family of 4. All of them are into drug abuse. Their parents bring them to the rehabilitation center, and mostly you see the children of the rich.
Well, we just got the views of some LCT residents and a victim of drug and substance abuse. You know, they're sharing their due to unforeseen circumstances. So you bear with us for this segment. But we'll go on a short break, and when we return, Saturday Discourse continues in a moment. Do stay with us.
Relive your delightful moments via a telecast. Memories, making your events memorable.
Glad to know you're still there. Now, stress is an integral part of life, and managing it's effectively is crucial for promoting economic growth and development. This was the key takeaway from the Institute of Stress Management.
Of the civil service, and His Excellency the Governor, he's trying to see that the output of the civil servant, the public servants, is excellent.
Stress is as we are all aware, is a necessary pressure that will compel us to achieve positive and desired goals in life. But when it becomes in excess, either due to long-term exposure or in a very large quantum, that is when it will have some negative consequences.
Stress is primary source of all illness on earth, and once it is well managed, and you see the family will be at peace, the state will be at peace, the nation will be at peace. So what we're saying, and we are saying that from my findings, that stress is good. It has positive, effects. Because without stress, you can't adventure.
That improving the socio-economic and social well-being of the citizenry can significantly reduce stress, thereby enhancing development.
The National Sewing Championship 2025 has officially commenced with a keynote address and flag off ceremony led by Professor Suwaiba Saidu Ahmed, Minister of State for Education. Sandra Keme reports that this year's project marks the third edition of the championship targeting secondary school students in preparation for the forthcoming competition.
The National Sewing Championship, organized by the Ladi Memorial Foundation, aims to promote vocational skills and education, artisan skills, and provide a platform for young people to showcase their talents. Championship 2025 commended the initiative, describing it as an excellent opportunity for participants to gain recognition, training, and mentorship. They emphasized that this initiative will ultimately contribute to the nation's economic growth. Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Saidu Ahmed, flag of ceremony, expressed their support for the annual National Sewing Championship, recognizing its potential to promote.
The area that this administration is focusing on is skills acquisition. We are spending a lot of money to ensure that our youth have skills across different levels, across the basic level, upper basic level, and also at the tertiary school level. To all participants, I commend your dedication, passion, and skills, whether you emerge as the winners today or tomorrow.
In Abuja, Sandra Akeme, NTA News.
Let's now join Aisha Bashir for Weekly News Wrap.
Welcome to Weekly News Wrap. Welcome to Weekly News Wrap, the segment that highlights some of the major stories that made headlines this week. I'm Aisha Bashir. We began the week from the presidency. President Bola Tinubu says he remains committed to the strategic repositioning of the country, which requires that correspondent Miriam George Dutuo shares a startling discovery she made